I'm going to open with, I am really bad at video editing. It's not something I've done before, so this will probably jump around and there will be things that I can't cut out. I'm starting with, oh my god, I think it's probably stainless steel. That's what it says online. I have these like old like pieces of, they're like bread ties. But I have a couple of different tools. I have this little, let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. I have one of these. I have, oh, and I've lost the other one. Oh, I have one that's the same on the end. Oops, it's just a little larger. I'm not going to be using this right here. I have a clipper here that I got very recently, and then this flat end one, which is great, easier to work with, and a large clipper right here. The end is busted. Do not try and cut like actual steel wire with one of these. It will break. Anyway, I usually start with, because these are kind of bent, obviously maybe you'll have like real proper wire, but if you, it won't focus, if you just like clamp down gently in circles, this is really hard to do on camera for some reason. You can usually get it straighter. I'm struggling with this right now. 1 second. Okay, I did it off camera. As you can see, there's like any kinks in it are less visible. Like there's one right there, but I could probably smash down more. But as soon as your wire is straight enough and doesn't have any like sharp edges or sharp bends in it, you should be good. I have a very specific gauge in mind I don't know what this is, but it's like a regular skewer that I've sanded down to a specific width. Because the regular skewers are a little bit too thick. I've tried using them on bronze and it just, the ratio is all off. So I usually like, because I have this line here to show, because it's thicker past this line, I'll like press it down and then start to coil it, and this can be kind of a pain in the ass to do, but wow, it's so much easier than the bronze actually, because it has less, I don't know how to describe it. But once you get your coil going, you just want to keep those lines as close together as possible. Somewhere out there, somebody probably has a better, more efficient method to do this, but for me, that would probably involve spending money, and I'm kind of cheap ass with this. That's why I'm using these super cheap tools. But you just kind of want to keep it close together as possible. Excuse my setup. Until you reach the end of the spiral, and after a point it'll usually stick. It's much easier because I didn't get the glue all the way off of this wire, so it's kind of like sticky. You'll lose the ends, or you can take the take your thing and just kind of clamp it down so it's rounded off both sides. I don't recommend doing this with your fingers. I've cut my finger open like this before. But yeah, now you have this thing. Kind of twist it off because it'll be pretty tight on there. Hi squid. My cat is here. Oh no, please don't. Oh my god, I almost just ruined my whole setup. So you can use these big ass ones even with a clip in it. It's just kind of sucks because you can bend your things out of place. So I'm going to use the littler ones because I don't want to deal with that. It does work. I usually like to clip them fast because if you do it slowly, they can just kind of squish together instead. But you just go through, hoping this isn't out of focus, and keep along the line so they're all the same width. Go through to finish this. Alright, so with that you'll have, however many or so of these little, where the hell's my other one? These little rings, right? But if you look at them, can hold one up to the light. They're not like, obviously they're going to be bent out of shape a little bit, and like a regular like full-size ring, you're going to want to twist it back into place. But as you can see, they don't, oh my god, they don't line up exactly. Let me see if I can zoom in more and really show. They don't line up perfectly, and you can get them to line up perfectly, but this is where this weird method I have goes into place. So what I like to do, this is kind of like pre-opening your rings, what people do, but this is the opposite. You're kind of pre-closing them. I really hope this stays in focus because this is such a fucking pain. Okay, so I cannot see what I'm doing. Like, you want to get these together, and this is where you kind of go based on feeling, because these don't line up perfectly because they're clipped instead of like sawed through. So you're going to want to hold both sides, and you're just kind of going to, so hard to do on camera. I just line it up and then look at it. Oh, now it's not, okay. You're going to kind of like feel around, and you're going to feel them grind together. You might hear it too. It's really hard to tell. Oh, I got them together. So see, now they're like, if you hold them up to the light, which I can't really do, you shouldn't be able to see light coming through directly in the center here. So they're touching enough so that you can tell they'll be like secure enough, right? This one actually turned out pretty fine, so I don't know if I'm totally gonna have to do it, but you see now they don't, actually this one lines up fine. This is a bad example. Usually these won't line up perfectly, and I mean, obviously they're not, I cut my nails. These are not perfect anyway, because they're like, again, they're cut, but sometimes you can get them a little bent sideways that might not. So you just take your things and you just kind of clamp, just like you did with the wire at the beginning. And so this is a lot more uniform now. You kind of see the glue on it. I'll try another one. Okay, here's a better example of what I'm trying to do. So you can see these don't line up. On this way, you can do your, what's it called? Your grind method. So you line them up properly, and you can kind of feel them click together, and then you know they're on the same plane. And like sometimes you grind them together and you can feel them touch, but then they come off. So you just kind of, after you know that they're on the actual same plane, then you can put them into alignment. But as you can see, they don't necessarily line up perfectly, and I feel like every time I do this, I have a bad example of it. But for this part, if you want them to line up more exactly, you take your pliers and you very gently squeeze them. And it might misalign, so you're just kind of going around and flattening them. You're flattening them into place. So now this one is aligned more evenly, and then you can just flatten it around for good measure. So for my purposes, I actually cut these way too uniform. They're a little bit sticky. Here's another example. I'm just trying to keep recording until I get one right. This one is a better example. So there's a few things to look out for. You know, you do your grind method, but maybe you can't grind them together because they're on totally different planes. So you can, hopefully I can even show this on camera. You can hold it on the top and the bottom, and you kind of try not to drop it and lose your fucking mind. Jesus Christ. If it's on camera. Okay, let's just hope it is. Just gently push them very carefully. And when they're close enough, usually at this point you can do your side clamp. So you just kind of gently, and it's out of focus, gently press them onto the same plane. Let me see if I even got that right. I did. Okay. That's how you press them. But see, now it might be a little bit, there's like a gap in the middle, and then you go back, you just it's kind of a repeating process. It gets easier with time. When I was first doing this, I was kind of losing my mind. This is such a maddening process, but it works. Okay, so now you have your, like, as perfect as you can get perfect ring. Again, that's glue. It's kind of sticky and gross. I have a bunch of pre-prepared rings from the last time I was working on this project because I don't want to do any more. So I have a decent amount here. I'm going to go through and get 4 or so of these into like proper alignment. Just going to see if I can do this right again. I'm going a little bit crazy trying to actually get this on camera. I'm not too much shadow, whatever. We'll try it out. Real time. Oh. Goodbye, I guess. Jesus. Try another one. Just make sure it's actually under the camera. Do your grind. A little flatten. Clamp the end. there's one. That's about as long as it takes when you, like, do it for long enough. Oops. I'm holding this like shit. Okay, here's another, if I could just hold on to it. Here's another example of, like, getting, just focus, Jesus. Getting this little, like, thing on the right plane. You can kind of come at it at an angle to press it in. And then it just pops into place. It's very satisfying. It's pretty fun. Let's do a couple of these real time. Oh, that one's already done, actually. God, none of these are on camera. I'm so sorry. I know I said like 4, but I realized like I thought I had more of these prepared. So this shitty lighting. Yeah, that's good enough. I have another one here. So I prepare pretty much all the rings like this so that when I reattach them, they're on the same plane and I don't have to just cause myself grief. But to join your 4-on-1, this one you can just do regular, like, open and closure like that. You know, you get your 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm so sorry if this is out of focus. I can't really tell. Don't have the best setup. Okay, I think that's 4. 2, 3, yeah. It's kind of hard to see. Oh my God, my light, what a nightmare. Okay, I'm hoping my lighting setup is better. If this would focus, that would be so cool. So these ones you're just kind of join together like normal, you know. And since they're on the same plane, you usually don't have to do the whole multi-step process that I did do before. Unfortunately, my tools are a little bit magnetized. Don't store your pins on magnets. I still do because they're already magnetized, so there's no point. But you just make a bunch of these. So I super highly recommend a pair of these. I mean, I think I showed what I was using at the beginning of the video, but it's so much easier because these ones like to spin around, right? Like I've heard people say, oh, if you hold one of your rings like on the side like this, it works. But the thing is it's like, this is an angled thing. So the very bottom is gonna get the most and it spins out of place. But if you get one of these flat ones, much easier to work with. You get like way more surface area here. So a lot of these this is what I've been using. I don't know why I was using the other ones, but you can use any needle tool. I think these are the coolest. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I don't totally know how measuring ring size works, but these are like 3 millimeters wide, I think. I'm sure you could do this with even smaller, no problem, but if this is needed. Okay, now let me see if I zoom in even more so you can really see what's on my desk. Now that you have your 2 or more, however many, you're just kind of gonna poke these into place, and it's really annoying. I like to line them up with the middle facing down because it's just easier to stack them that way. See, this is honestly one of those more time-consuming parts. I go a little bit crazy when I was first learning to do this. I tweaked the fuck out because I just couldn't get them to lay flat, and then, you know, it does that thing where like the set on the bottom don't line up properly, and so you're like, oh no, I think I did this backwards. So you detach them and you do it exactly the same again, and then they do the same thing, and yeah, this is just maddening. Okay, I figure might as well just have this on video. Oh god, I was doing so well. Please. Line up your eyes. I don't know why this wood is acting like it's magnetic. It's not. I haven't done it this. Oh my god. Okay, this is where your pins may come in handy if you don't want to lose your mind. I have a bunch of them off to the side here. If I could just get these to stay. Okay. As you go, it's like you don't have to use the pins as much. But yeah, early on, I'm just gonna stab these down for simplicity and to see what's going on. You kind of pin them like a bug. A very frustrating and metallic bug. Okay, see now you've got your 4 here. I'm gonna, I'm afraid, I'm just gonna poke these down. Okay. Okay, now to join them, you want to prepare one of your middle ones just like you had before. When you open this, you want to use the inside of this and line it up in the center as much as possible so it opens evenly, but kind of just gently widen it until it's about as, like, you know, however far your eyes are apart. And this part, yeah, see now you have it this way. Normally you wouldn't want to do this. If you're working with like larger scale, you can get your rings get fucked up, but since you're working so small, it's like actually fine. Let me see if I can do this without totally misaligning my pins. Gently take these out and not lose my mind. Okay. There we go. Kind of gently poke this back into place. You can see the eyes again. You're gonna take, oh my god, this is so hard to grab. You're gonna take it like this, and you're just kind of like carefully, oh, they've come misaligned, wait. Okay, attempt number 2. Continuing exactly what you were doing before. Gently but quickly. Oops. You want to keep it, this is where the foam is great because you just keep it stabbed in and then try and roll everything back. Take your fucking pins out. I don't know what I just stabbed. I can't. Okay. I will put my finger underneath this. Oh shit, did it come undone again? No, I think we might be good. Let's see. 2, 3, 4? Is that 4? Wait. Okay, it was not 4. I had to redo it, but we're good. So you have your things here. I usually just like kind of close it with my fingers at first, just so when I flip it over, I don't like lose this, because it's uniquely annoying. I'll grab it with my nails and then hold on to it. So now you have your attached pieces. And use the smaller ones so you can see it better. Assuming you can see it at all. Gonna be careful and just do your regular closure. Usually flatten the end just in case. Okay, here's your blob of assembled rings. Have them upside down, so I have to try this better. And my camera's focusing on my hands instead of the loops. Super cool. Oh, I think it's driving me insane. Okay. At this point, I'll usually pin down the top because I'm like, okay, that's flat. Or you can do the bottom, it doesn't matter. And, oh, this is a great example of the thing that I mentioned at the beginning. As you can see, oops, well, if you can see, this one's pointing down, this one's pointing down, but this one's pointing up. And that's like, this is where when I was first doing this, I was like, oh my god, it's backwards. I assembled it backwards somehow. You kind of just pull it up. Oops. If I could, you pull it up. See, now they're all flat together. Oh, this really just does not want to focus on the actual thing I wanted to focus on. Okay. And you focus with yourself, not your camera. You focus on, oh, this really does not like me, getting these two on the side aligned. So when you align these, everything kind of comes together. So you pull them back. This is out of focus. Again, please, I'm begging you, if I zoom out just a little bit. Okay. And now because you've aligned those, now they're all in the right place. Just take them out a little bit more. And there, you have it. You've attached them. And at this point, because if I'm not doing it in quick succession like I am right now, and I want to take a second to breathe, I just pin the whole thing down. And there you go. There you have it. Maybe I'll add more onto this just for the sake of the end of the video. When you decide to remove your pins, just flatten your whole finger on it and take it out, or the orientation will get fucked up. If your finger is like clammy or anything, it'll stick, obviously. Oh, I bent the end. But yeah, here's another attachment. If I'm calm, I think it can sense fear. A little bit out of practice with this because I've been working on like larger loops all week. If you can even see it. Grab the end. They are aligned. As this gets longer, it's so much easier to do because, like, you know, that first one you're like kind of struggling to grab the end of it, but now you've got more to hold on to. You're less likely to lose your thing at the end. This looks like a horror sometimes. Okay, you got your thing. Just put it together if I could do that at all. I don't even know if I'm on camera. Okay. There's your line. I probably have not done as much chainmail as a lot of the people online, but I swear to God, I have my credentials to back it up. Here's my big ass thing. This works. It's just so tedious, but I had a lot of fun making these. Here's this one. Here's my very first attempt because, as you can see, my rings are not exactly uniform. This is where one came out that I replaced recently. So I figured out how to attach these so they stay. And then here's my most recent thing. The rings are too big, but this is looking pretty, whatever it's supposed to be. But good luck with your Micromaille. This is really fun and a little bit maddening. I hope to see whatever you make. And sorry this video is 23 minutes. You could probably just speed it up until you see me actually putting things together. But yeah, goodbye.